So taxpayer costs are soaring for Biden's border surge.
Oh, no.
According to new contracts. The cost to U.S. taxpayers for the border crisis continues to surge. Well, you know what? We don't have any idea how much this is actually costing. I mean, this is just what we know about. All the clandestine stuff they're doing to cover this up.
Yep.
Like sending kids all over the country. They are sending kids all over the nation. You know, Ohio, Michigan, Kentucky, all over the Midwest.
Yep.
And then just sending military personnel to guard them for a while, to stay with them, babysit them, basically. They're not giving them any COVID tests. Mm-hmm. And then they put them in a bus and ship them out to families once they finally find them.
And these costs the federal government is reporting along the border, those are in addition to what you just said. You just threw out Michigan, Ohio, Kentucky. All these communities are absorbing these costs in so many ways, not only financially, but socially and health-wise. And by the way, kudos to Texas. As you mentioned yesterday, we're doing so well with our COVID numbers. And that's after they've released these people into the country, untested, COVID positive.
Yes. And something like, at one point, 20% of them were COVID positive. And then you're just releasing them into Texas cities. What do you think is going to happen? Somehow we've contained that. I don't know how. It's miraculous, really.
This goes back to that room in the corner, the basement of the White House, where they get together on Monday morning and plot their destruction of America every week.
Well, that's what we're going to do next.
What do you got? What do you got, Pat? What do you got? What do you got? Tell us. What are you laughing about? What? What should we do? What? Hold on. No, everybody.
Get this. Get this.
Get in here.
Okay. They just dropped their COVID restrictions all over the state.
Oh, talking about Texas? Okay.
Yeah, Texas.
Okay.
They just dropped their COVID restrictions, and they're doing really well. What we're going to do is send a whole bunch of COVID positive kids into their cities and infect them, and the rates will go right back up, and we'll blame the restrictions going away.
Oh. Yeah, and they can't object because it's kids. What, do you hate kids?
Right.
We're buying drinks for Pat tonight, y'all. This is genius. Yes. Okay.
That's what's going on.
And they've got
That's
a
what
map.
they're doing.
They've got a map in this basement room of the union, and they've got the red states clearly marked. And then Texas, they put a Post-it note on that, release COVID kids in Texas. Next week, we go for Florida. We'll do something to Florida next week.
Right. Won't that be great? Everybody likes this DeSantis guy. Wait till they see what we do to him.
Okay. All right. Don't forget. All right. We're buying drinks next week for whoever comes up with a plot to destroy Florida.
That's pretty bad. But
you know it's so accurate too.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely it is. That's exactly what they're doing.
Yeah, absolutely it is.
And then, Kamala Harris, whose job it is supposedly to oversee the border, has no interest in even going to the border, checking out the border, talking about the border, doing anything about the border. And supposedly she's the one that Joe put in charge of it.
Okay.
It's amazing. It's amazing. The Biden administration has spent hundreds of millions of dollars for meals, medical care, legal services, and temporary facilities for those illegally entering the southern border. The contracts reviewed were awarded by the Departments of Homeland Security and Health and Human Services, and many are just initial awards, as some of the contracts indicate they could reach higher amounts. Of course they could. Some of the contracts have also have notations that they could be extended until 2022. Why not? Why not just keep it going indefinitely? The border crisis contracts potentially extending through next year coincide with Vice President Kamala Harris's comments to CNN on Sunday when she told the network it's not going to be solved overnight. This is a complex issue. Listen, if this were easy, it would have been handled years ago. Brilliant. Providing care for adults, family units, and unaccompanied alien children in record numbers is complex. And the amount of taxpayer funds being spent is soaring. One contract to provide an emergency intake site and care services for unaccompanied alien children was awarded for $268.8 million. Oh, my gosh. And under its terms, costs could potentially rise to $579.5 million.
Oh, boy.
An additional emergency intake site in Houston cost $5.3 million. That's chump change. That could potentially reach $15.4 million. Still not a big deal. I mean, you're not even into the billions yet. When you get to the billions, let us know.
Yeah, your tax dollars at work.
In the meantime, we're going back to sleep.
Yeah, so do you think it's a map that they have in this room, or do you think it's more like a wheel of woke or whatever we got, like you spin this, and then let's see what state we're going to screw over today. What red state is on our hit list? Oh, Missouri! We're coming for you next! You've been a little too lax with this.
You know why this is great?
Why?
Because Missouri is trying to pass a law where if you take off through a crowd that's surrounded your vehicle in traffic,
Okay.
We're not going to prosecute you.
Oh, we're
so
coming
this will serve them right.
This will get them. Yeah.
Haters, racist.
Getting your comeuppance, show me state. We're going to show you the federal government.
That'll teach them.
Yep.
That'll learn them some manners.
Got to keep these states in check. Under your thumb, under your federal thumb.
Can't take it. I just can't take it.
It's a bad time, America.
Do you have Oklahoma up there? Because they're doing the same,
really?
the
same
thing.
We'll just add them. I put
just add them.
Yeah, Oklahoma. Mm-hmm. Anybody
just
else?
Put them right under Missouri. We'll do them both.
That's a twofer. Oh, yeah. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. The next state to screw over by the Biden administration. Missouri and Oklahoma. We're coming for you both.
We got the daily double right there.